Evening, good evening, good evening. Let me take this mask off so that you can hear me. Welcome to another Dark Encounters. Welcome to DETV Live. This time we are at Fort Widley, the rather impressive fort built on Portsdown Hill in 1867, when in fact there was a threat from France. We have got cameras that are going to be going through the tunnel systems of this great fort. We're going to set them up in the Caponiers. And we're going to have a look at exactly where we're going to be. We are just on a break at the moment. Let me take the glasses off so we're in action. We are just having a break, and then everyone is going to be going back down into the tunnels. For those who have never seen this fort before, this is a picture from aerial picture. Although it's built on Portsdown Hill, the raised structure then hides beneath it the tunnel system and the Caponiers that go out into that very deep moat. The idea of the moat is that it actually hides completely the fact that there's a very deep moat that forcing anyone who falls into it basically will be trapped, and then effectively killing fields are there. In fact, you can see one of those batteries on the bottom right of that picture. In fact, that is where the guys are now. So in fact, if I add them to the picture, you can see what they are looking at. They are currently in the West Caponier, in that killing fields, in that kind of placement area. We have cameras that are going to be investigating that area. So we have a team. They will be learning how the tunnel system organise things their break. Meanwhile, part of the team are in that space, and they will be conducting an experiment. And mute those microphones because we're getting a lot of feedback from them. So, if there's anything you'd like us to investigate, if there's any areas in particular you'd like us to go and investigate any type of experiments, do let us know. So, hello, Tracy. She's saying hello. Julia, good to have you back on again. Trisha, Sharon, and hello, Alan. Hope you're away, and the other Sharon as well. So, and Lorraine's joined us as well. Hello, Lorraine. So, what we're going to be doing is we are going to take a very short break while I'll let you look at these cameras. You can see they all masked down there, socially isolated. The new COVID compliance that we also need to run. We will be conducting vigils down that West Caponier, then going around the outside of the fort up into the top of the North Caponier. So hopefully a new side of the fort that you may not have seen before. If there's any type of experiment you'd like us to do, let us know. See if we can get a signal inside the north, the peat room, but it's quite a difficult challenge. Obviously, the rest of the tunnel is out of bounds in terms of a live picture. We can record it, which we will be, but you won't see anything yet. So I'm going to let you have a look at the pictures that are being filmed at the moment in that West Caponier. Right, we've lost two of the cameras, which is slightly worrying. So there in the West Capone, what's happening? Can you hear me in the West Capone?
So I think you can hear us, but we can't hear you.
Well, if we can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you? What's happening with the other two cameras?
I'm not sure if you can actually hear us.
I do this.
Right, so I don't know if they can actually hear me. Oh, we have a picture back.
Oh, now.
Right, that's better.
Oh, feedback.
Right, so do you want to set those three cameras up so they are roughly covering the same area?
I'll go up here, bring them down.
I'm going to go next to you. Where are you? Oh, I can't go up there. I can't. Right there. Do you know what one was filming?
So it sounds like it's a little bit windy up there at the moment, which is going to be slightly annoying. So to explain,
It's very windy.
Oh, you can hear me, brilliant. I can communicate at last. So
Yeah, we
the
just
guys, the rest of the team are now on their way to join you. So if you can set those three cameras up so that roughly you're covering, don't point them at each other because you blind each other. And if you can set them up so that roughly looking at the right area so that we can then follow what's happening in terms of the vigil.
Should we go to the tunnel? Yeah. Point it down the tunnel. Lots of goat poo everywhere.
If you want, I can kind of hold it there. I can hold one of the cameras there when I set the other. I can keep some.
So let me show you. If you look at this diagram I'm showing now, what is in the bottom right-hand corner is the West Capone. You can see a sort of slightly triangulated structure that's pointing towards the bottom right of the picture. Now, if the little structure above that is the part of what we call the colonnades, and there is a line that basically up the tunnel that goes up to the playground. And you just see here in the picture back camera looking up. So what I can do is show you a map of that area that really will then show the overall structure of the fort. Most of the forts built along Portsdown Hill are of a similar design. We know that Fort Southwark, which we've investigated, and Fort Widley are very similar, whereas Fort Nelson and Fort Pembroke are very different. So here I'm sitting in the accommodation section, which is the bottom of this picture, and the south tunnel runs vertically upwards towards the central spiral staircase. If you carry on north, that goes up to the north tunnel, and if you go left, that is the west tunnel with the West Capone, and that is where they are set up at the moment. So let's see what those cameras are doing. Sharon Louise is suggesting that we should go to the central spiral. It would be great, but the signal is appalling in that section. So it's something which they've done a vigil there earlier, and we will be going back there with some night vision cameras, but we won't be going live from that area because the signal is just not going to be very good. As it is, you can see we're struggling with signal anyway across the 3 different cameras. So good evening, Christy, who's joining us. If there's anything you'd like to ask the team, if there's any questions you'd like to know about Fort Widley or anything we're going to be doing this evening, put your questions in the comments and we can come back. We will be returning to Fort Widley on the 10th of October. So if you want to come and join us for an investigation here, it's our now cell. We'll be going live again, but you can take part of the investigation yourselves. You can also appear live on TV. So let me take the microphone off. Let's do this one. So guys, can you hear me up in the West Caponier? Brilliant. I would probably move those 2 cameras so they're not next to each other because that's why we're getting our feedback.
Yeah, the only one that I can't hear nothing on mine.
Good evening, Heidi. Welcome for joining us. So the rest of the team are making their way to this. It is. Let me mute that. So the guys are making their way to the West Caponier. It is quite a journey all the way down from the accommodation block, down some stairs, all the way along the south tunnel, all the way along the west tunnel. It's some 300 meters or so, and then up to the staircase before we can then come up into the West Caponier, and then we're going to go up to the promenade section. So they are going to get settled and they are going to do some vigils, some calling out, some experimentation. So let's see what we get. We are now switching on night vision cameras, which will be recording all the activity in high definition, night vision 4K. So anything else happens, we can then play this back.
Yes, they are.
Highlight video during the week. So are you guys ready to perhaps do a seance or sort of calling out?
We're just waiting for the customers.
No problem. So I talk about the spiral staircase. This is an image looking up the spiral staircase. You'll light up night vision like this. It's getting us another 100 feet. Mixing my units here. Underground. That central spiral runs from the parade ground, which is this structure, and there is a dome in the middle of that parade ground, and underneath that dome is this spiral staircase. Yes, there is supposed to be a little boy before this, but actually it's a story that's mixed up from Fort Pembroke. A little story, a drummer boy perhaps, who was in fear this spiral and felt his death down the spiral staircase and sent to haunt. The story originally broke ended up going to Fort Widley because people investigated to hear more and they saw a spiral staircase, thought it must be this one. But they all have spiral staircases. So let's see how we're getting on. So we have a camera that is currently looking up the tunnel that goes all the way to the parade ground. Every time we've ever investigated this area, there's a lot of sound in this area. So we're also picking up on this camera as well, mainly looking at the ground.
Morning out.
People taking hold of the corner circle. Right, that's it. And it's doing like a circle. Abby, you're taking part?
Yes.
Yes. So we need to split it to
Aaron, don't fall over. Oh, sorry. I did say don't fall over, didn't I? You okay? You're right. You're right. That is a mild consequence.
Sorry. Dolly, you want to just come around next to
I was moving around, but I was more worried about Aaron falling over.
Right then, guys. No, I'm out of the circle. Right then, guys. So we form the circle. Just close your eyes and relax. Just listen to your own voice. It's not distracting at all hearing myself when I'm 1 second delay. Listen to your breathing. Breathe in and out at your own natural pace. I want you to imagine a ball of light forming above your heads, like a small sun. Feel the energy being drawn down through your crown.
So while they do some psychic protection and just calm the group down before they do some calling out, just to let you know what's happening in terms of dark encounters. We have now authority to run investigations on a much smaller scale as long as we are running them inside COVID compliant locations. Fort Widley is one of those, running under the governance of sport and leisure. And so COVID compliance here, along with my risk assessments and my COVID compliance, then makes it allowed. So each location effectively runs under its own. So for example, if we were to go to a pub and try to do an investigation in a pub, it would be under compliance of hospitality and therefore closing at 10 p.m. And restrictions on numbers. Whereas if we go to historic building, for example, it comes under Historic England and possibly even Arts Council. So I'm dealing a lot with English Heritage at the moment, and their governance is coming from Arts Council. So it's all very confusing. The rules are very different depending on where you are and which location you are going to be going to. And in Wales, practically in lockdown. Scotland is almost impossible to run these events, but at the moment, England can still run these on a smaller scale, as long as there is all social distancing, and you'll see everyone is masked as well. So I'm going to put them back on. It looks like something's happening. Someone's moving the camera quite quickly. So we will be going to, hopefully we'll do an investigation live at Little Brickworth next week, and then we're back to Fort Widley because it's an opportunity to grab this space. We hope to be doing a live investigation at Mitchell Priory, and we will be going to the Dorsetshire in October, and then Northford, and a whole lot of other locations are going to start coming online. But we're just doing it very gradually because we are just trying to make sure we can do this nice and safely and securely, and make sure that we can do this full compliance of the law. So let me shut up and let you watch the investigation.
Come on, spirits, please let these people stood here in the circle know that you're here. Can you make your presence known to them, please? Remember, guys, if you feel anything, see anything, or sense anything, don't be afraid to tell you're going. Is anyone picking anything up at the moment? Doing anything? Being cool anywhere? You will also talk to. Go on, spirits, please come forward and make your presence known to us all here.
seats. Dave, you look like a chess piece. That's the eeriest thing. Yeah, we just want to make it clear there is.
Sounds like a truck hooting.
Yeah. Back in the day, Loving the thing younger people used to do in the olden days. Pre-COVID. Ground spirits, please show yourself to the here. Please make your presence known. Has anyone found themselves drawn anywhere? Can you sense anything at all?
You want to go in that
Aaron, I don't know if you can hear me. Could you move those cameras away from the tunnel and maybe put them on the grass bank? Could you perhaps then take your camera and go for a walk around the outside of the north?
I'll be in lower and medium now.
The problem when the cameras do broadcast sound, we have them on very low, but if they're very close to each other, there'll be a lot of feedback. To show you how windy it is in that tunnel.
Yeah, so it's a big old African.
Oh my god! Big man up there.
Is there really? Is there someone up there? Is there?
Yeah. Big man is down
Okay, so we got
Did you say there was someone at the end of that tunnel?
there.
member of the public tunnel with us.
No, no, not a real one.
Oh, not real. Oh, sorry. I take that back. Put a stone under it. That's what I did with the other one.
That man. No, it's gone. Oh, get off me. You still connected, Aaron?
Yeah. I've got my own, so.
Yeah.
You have to put the Wi-Fi off and on again.
How do I do that?
Think down the top.
Yeah, scroll down like on your phone.
And then
Put
there's
your.
Scroll down.
I've got something wrong. I don't use Samsung.
Come down.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Keep doing
Sorry?
Is he still there?
It's really hard. Put down here.
Yeah, we were walking up there. And we could hear like a bunch of girls, really young girls, sort of lowering the ceiling. As we got closer and closer to the speaker, and this man just got darker and darker. It didn't feel very nice. I hated it bad. Absolutely. No, we're gonna go check it out.
Did you say that there was someone at the end of that tunnel?
Shane. I'll go as far as it.
I follow it.
It's quite late.
Still off.
Somebody's mobile phone broke down.
Someone's, Aaron, if you can tell him that this one, I can't unlock his phone.
Jonathan, I don't know if you can hear us or not, but one of your devices is locked. I can't hear him. It's just got the way.
You can hear him on there.
Can't. He's-
Right, he can hear us.
I'm going to mute that because that's slightly irritating. I'm trying to get to the bottom of what they saw at the end of that tunnel. Was it a real person that they saw, something about gloves, or was it actually a spirit person?
It wasn't a real boy. Jonathan, are you muted?
He's unmuted me, but I can't hear him.
You can hear him on this one.
Okay. So it wasn't a real person. Spirit.
Yeah, we will. I got sorry.
Well, I'm going to go behind you.
Have you got a torch? What if you
These people up there laughing.
Oh, you tits.
Keep it PG.
Sorry, sorry. Oh, it's red.
And this is the point where Aaron, our cameraman, will realise that if you go into a tunnel, try and use 4G connection, you're going to
But it wasn't
Aaron, is there any chance that you could grab the other camera and the both of you go off and look around the north side of the Caponier?
Can you stay there? Sorry, Jonathan, I can't hear you on my one. That's it. You guys, like, you move away from budgets.
Does someone turn the volume up on one of the cameras?
No, one's done.
wow.
So could you take those two cameras and now go round to the north side?
Somebody got a phone on, yeah. Somebody's phone on.
Oh, mine's on airplane mode.
Where's mine? Right, should we go to the north then?
Okay. Yep.
And this is where we realise that going through that part of the tunnel also knocks the signals out.
Stay at the back with
So what they're doing at the moment, they are now crossing around the external of the fort. So they are going from the West Capone around the outside, and they're going to enter to the top of the North Capone, which is shown at the very top of that diagram. Obviously, we have to be very careful because the ground is particularly uneven. They're only using that single light source. The rest of them hopefully are getting there safely. And then Aaron should be going down some steps that should take him down into the top of the north, and we'll probably lose him again as he goes down into the first part of the north, because effectively you are going underground at this point. Let's see if we can hear anything. Luckily, I've done this so many times, I could literally do this in the dark. So as he goes around to the left, there is then a staircase. No, as I thought, this is the point we're going to lose him, because at this point he is significantly underground and just about to go even lower. As you then effectively go down the staircase, which is to his left, and then moves out into the rest of the Capone, you're then back out into the moat, and therefore you're a little bit more exposed to get more of a signal. But at the moment, he's significantly, like a good 100 feet underground. We're trying to get a signal down into that area. So I suspected we might lose him at this point. It was an ambitious thought, because obviously if we try to go down into the tunnel system that runs here, you are very far underground in the tunnel system such as this. This is actually the south tunnel picture. There was going to be no chance of running a live signal through this area. But I thought if we ran around the outside, the exterior of the fort, because effectively you're outside, we might have been able to maintain a picture. I'm hoping that as they then get into the Capones themselves, we might resume a signal. But to show you the tunnel system, let me play the little intro video again. This is actually walking up the north tunnel to the central spiral. That's what that curve is. And then as we go, that was to the west, was to the right just then. And then this is up the final part of the south tunnel. So this entire structure is 100 feet underground, although we are, of course, several hundred feet above the water level of Portsmouth. Oh, we are getting pictures back again.
Turn your
Wi-Fi, yeah.
turn east.
So, hello, welcome to the north.
Hello. Hello.
So I'm guessing you are now at the top of the North Caponier.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not too bad here.
There is a very strange audio effect. Oh, it stopped.
Yeah, it's like interference. You get them, everyone's playing them. It's not going to work.
So Aaron, do you want to try and explain where you are and what you can see?
We are in the north. At the moment, we're kind of in the centre point, so off to the left. There's one of my signals. There's a couple more areas. One to my right, so at the moment. I hope there's my signals. Outside's a little bit. Just wait on your guess.
Then, as he goes to that end of the Caponier, you are effectively going back underground again, and that's why we lose the signal.
Signal actually. Yeah, I've come back. Sorry. It's kind of a little bit tricky. Okay, right. Yeah. Dolly. This is Dolly, everyone.
Hello.
What's that about?
My PSP 7 spirit box, and I've got it in reverse AM at 200 milliseconds at the moment. I'll just see if I can just put some sound to make it loud.
The external self mode.
Oh, the radio signal. I think my K2's just gone off. My K2's gone off. It's got radio on. Yeah, the radio. Hi, Spirits of Fort Widley. Is anybody here? Can you talk to this machine? Talk through the machine. Yeah. Hello. Can you tell us your name? Sounded like Mike to me, but. Can you tell us your name?
My spirit's very good right now. We'll put 3 phosphorus. How many of you are here? There's 6 spirits in this right now. So we confirm that.
Six is what I just said. Can you confirm? Are there 6 spirits? Yeah.
Come on, spirits. Come to talk to us. You right here. Yeah, we've been here for a while. We're all wearing strange masks. We're completely fine.
16 all right.
Guys, I don't know if you can hear me, but I wonder if you could back the camera away slightly, because with this, we can hear very clearly the face box, but we can't hear the questions you're asking.
Somebody just said help then.
What's your name, spirit? Try a bit harder, spirit. Come on. Tell us what your name is. You're a male? You're a female? Want us to leave, spirit? Where do you go? You don't want us here, then? You prepare us when we wasn't here. Come on, spirit. Let's try a bit harder. Roll here. Roll here.
That's just so fine.
Let's really use the K2 meter now. So if there's any spirits with us right now, on the table is a K2 meter. If you touch it, it will light up. It's not going to hurt you, but it's a great indicator that you're with us, and a great way to answer our questions. So if there's any spirits with us right now, if you'd like to touch the K2 meter, just to let us know you're with us right now. It's a bit noisy, but yeah, isn't it?
Is that you?
Yeah, sorry.
I got really excited then.
Sorry, it's a yes.
Oh, you've got that software for your phone, have you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Two.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what that software was.
Yeah, it's mine's called Paris.
Powerless.
Paris, yeah.
Right, that's going to be you interfering again.
That is in flight mode. It's definitely in flight mode.
I'm assuming that's Aaron
It's me. Yeah.
interfering and
Not
Aaron
close enough.
tinkering with my K2.
Sorry. Breaking hearts here. Sorry.
Hello. Hello, Spirit. Well done, you just made all the lights light up. Can you come back and do that again, please? Brilliant.
As I suspected, the camera was moving out of its range for 4G. What I might do is positions cameras. So I'm going to let them carry on watching this, and I'm going to go move the cameras myself.
Do you know who the tall man is down the tunnel? So we went down. You're asking questions. Yes, Jim. Was that you? Okay. Justin. Justin. Is your name Justin? Is your name Justin? You like the lights up, that's your name? Tinkly left there. Are you touching my leg? Yeah. Are you curious of me? Spirits normally are. Just trekked it. Miles. Treacherous it was.
Indiana Jones did to get
I did. Give me something rather than a leg rub.
Send the K2 flying across the room, haven't you? I know how the Indiana Jones is like my head.
There are only pebbles up there, have we?
No, but look, go.
Great.
The fan counts.
Not really.
David?
Oh, what is that stone? What's that? Is that some sort of feces? No, that's a stone.
Is this? This is your
I did, with the spiders down there, believe you me.
Because I don't like them at all.
Right, if I throw something, you can throw it back.
what companies.
It worked at Portsdown, didn't it?
It's crazy.
Yeah, that was mental. Oh no, they really wanted to hit you as well, didn't they? What, I've got to do better? Oh, vector. Oh, I've got choke over here. Arrested. Choke. I'm not into that. I'm public.
Tell us stays in the
I'm not doing that on camera. That's not telling me about
Come on, Spirit. Come back, talk to us, communicate with us. Touch the REM pod.
What, over there? Down there? About time. Shall I go and sit down there?
This here, was actually, yeah, there was a village, obviously, something's not correct.
Oh my God, we don't know where to be.
But this was meadows, so even the breeze was blowing. And they were not on their plan. Are you associated with the land of the fort? Did you work on the land? See this? Very pretty. I'm going to roll it down there. You roll it back for me. Safe. I know we're safe. Ready? Send it back. Oh my God, I'm just going to go downstairs.
I look quite cool on the camera. If it comes back, it'll be even cooler.
Even better, yeah. Oh no, not again, because I'm on the floor.
Can you send that all back for me? We'll see if it flashes.
Yeah, I can hear noise.
Yeah, I think it was just like from down there. It's really good. That's a shotgun bell.
Well, I'm not being funny, I'm actually about to. Against. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
That's so weird. It's like high. Just as Jonathan came upstairs. Oh, did that say what?
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Jim, that's it.
Shining spirits, you give them some, it's a bit more. So now.
Right, now mine has been coming in with my screen.
Is it really?
They're both at the same time. Yeah. One sounds just like right.
Would you like again, please?
I agree.
And groom.
Yeah, see.
Keeps going back.
Okay, you're Justin or Hannah. the names that we've had so far. You make a noise for us? Yeah, that's it. Shall I tell what? Until what? Until where? What are you going to do?
Room again. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah, that's what we're
Room,
doing.
right.
oh, it's got to be a farmer.
So, yeah.
Were you a farmer, Spirit? Did you farm the land before this was built? Before the fort was built? Can you light up the lights to let us know if you did?
Where your family farm is. They grow things and you want to do it. Did you have a dog?
Abby, get in the circle, Abby. Got some questions.
Adjust your positioning. Adjust your positioning. Relax.
Is Abby pregnant? If it comes back saying yes, am I going to be stopping for the 24-hour test code to get a test?
I'll be back.
Do you like it when I talk about him?
Do you like dogs also? Like Abby likes dogs?
Major. He's wow. You haven't checked it?
Down.
Well, it's
So we
Okay.
Oh, hello, my darling.
oh.
Hello, darling.
Are you called Major?
Oh, is that your name, Major? Me?
Me?
Oh.
I'm not sensing that one.
Major, are you still here?
Here, Major.
Come on, boy. Where are you?
You can't, can you? I have got a spooky toy time on my phone.
Thursday.
Does Major want to drink water? You want to squeeze it?
Do you want to go for a walk, Major?
You've got highway.
Walk.
Yeah.
Highway and gateway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just give it a try.
I think it's the littlest highway.
So I have added some ITC, interdimensional communication.
Major, you just been visited.
And you can listen to the sound. Take myself out. I'm going to play the ITC along with the as well.
Okay.
Len. Again.
Fog. Fog.
Yes.
So who's here with Major? Who's going?
Yeah, I suspect it's Sarah.
Me?
Okay.
You set and can you light up the lights on boxes?
No. Okay.
That's very nice.
Is it something that I don't think it's Sarah? He's too far away now.
Yes, not me. There's a box on the floor, Spirit. Can you set it off, please? It's a noise box. Come on. We'll do it, Spirit. Set it off. Come on, Spirit.
So I don't know what you guys think about actually seeing introductions, particularly the necrophonic. I don't know what you feel about how sounds, if at all, decipher those information. I find it always impossible to understand anything. Unlike cheap versions,
I haven't seen it go off yet. I bet you can't.
there are others that show information, show the words it's saying, and keeps them as logs. Whereas comic just makes them sound and being said to me is interesting. Let's see if you it's
Oh. Oh, okay. Come on, Spirit, touch the box like I just did. Copy me.
we're losing signal again really seem to struggle. So welcome, Jordan. Joining us. Julia. No, I don't. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over some information and record what happens. So we can leave the rest of the investigation. I don't know if you need to and then just a load of random sounds. Run several at the same time and in different places. There's been discernible difference between so thank you for watching. If you'd like to join us, we can't actually show you live. Do come along. In the meantime, stay safe, have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you again. Take care and take care, guys. Bye.
Diego.